Hi everyone, welcome back to Therapy Tip Tuesday. My name is Alex, and for this week I thought I would discuss a few tips and tricks to target language with your toddler. The first tip is to self-talk. So what that means is to discuss when your child is around, the actions you're taking, what you're thinking, seeing, touching, just describing those things to them really helps expand that language. So for example, I'm washing a dish, I'm drying the dish, and now all done. That having that model for them, again, really helps expand that language. Parallel talk is another great way to expand your child's language. So it's along the same lines as self-talk. It's just instead of commenting or narrating on what you're doing, you're going to be doing that for your child. So you're going to be commenting on what they're seeing and touching or what they're doing. And so, for example, if they're playing and they're building a tower, you're just going to comment, Johnny's building a tall tower. That's huge. Things like that. Following your child's lead in conversation is also another great way. So simply talk about what they're talking about. If your child is playing with a doll's hair, comment on the doll's hair, have conversation about that. Make comments about your child's actions and the words that they're using, the phrases and sentences. You're also going to want to model and copy his actions or their actions, repeat and restate what they're saying or what's being said. Giving them choices is also great. So asking them if do they want grapes or crackers? Do they want the horse or the cow? By doing this, it gives them choices, but the opportunity to make that decision for themselves, and it's indirect pressure, so they don't feel overwhelmed by it. Another trick is forgetting something essential or purposely forgetting an important part of a routine. Most children will realize that the routine has been violated in some way, and they love to point it out, so that gives them that opportunity to discuss it and to have conversation about it. So you also want to remember not to bombard them with too many questions. I know it's hard to find that balance between commenting and questions or giving them choices, which is important, but you want to remember too that you need to find that balance because it can be extremely overwhelming for a child if they are just inundated with question after question after question. You want to really focus on the commenting aspect more. And when given the opportunity, maybe once in a while, provide them with that question or that choice for them. Gestures can also be very helpful. They help your child understand your intentions. So if you're playing with them and you're looking for their duck, you're going to want to make the quack quack motion with your hands. That just gives them that added cue to identify what you're talking about. You also want to allow your child ample time to respond to what was being said. So pausing with anticipation is great. You're going to want to wait 3 to 5 seconds for them to respond to anything that was said, and giving them that chance to really respond. You can give them gestures that you're waiting expectantly for their answer or their response, whether it's raising your eyebrows or smiling or even opening your mouth and waiting for them. Setting up a situation where they are required to ask for help or assistance is also a great way to expand their language. So if you give them a bag that you know is hard to open, they are then required to ask for help in opening that. That's also something that we like to call as language temptation, which I know I had briefly discussed last week, but this is a great opportunity. This lets you sit back, pause for a second, and kind of assess what they're going to do. Are they going to ask for help? Are they able to gesture to you that they need your help? Are they able to vocalize that to you? So there are many opportunities by giving them that temptation that you can really expand their vocabulary and their language development. Expansion is also another great opportunity for your child to learn language. Oftentimes, toddlers will talk in incomplete sentences. So what you're going to do is you're going to add grammar to them. You're going to fill in those blanks for them. So if your toddler is saying, or your child is saying, boy, run, you're going to want to fill that in and say, the boy is running fast. You're filling in all those words that are missing, and it's giving them that model and for that language expansion, and you're giving them a longer utterance for them to learn from and all that vocabulary. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Therapy Tip Tuesday and were able to learn a lot on how to play with your toddler.